Hey guys, I'm Ben Sutcliffe. I'm originally from Aquinas College. I'm 17 years old and here just to help out the team. They needed a few extra riders to pick it up, so here to have fun, you know? Lovely.
Awesome, mate. How did you find the sport when you first start doing pedal prix?
I started back in grade 9, I think it was. It was very fun. You get to meet a lot of new people. You get a lot of physical exercise, which I find is really good. A lot of people get in there, lots of fun, get the team hyped up. Yeah.
What was the one thing that really caught your attention on this race, or doing pedal prix? Why made you to keep going? What's something that spurred you on?
That's a good question.
The community?
Yes. Community is very good.
Felt
Love
challenged?
the community. Love the personal challenge mainly. I used to, back before I started this, I used to just sit around. I didn't really find interest in many other sports. So this has really got me out there, more lively, more energetic.
Yeah, awesome, mate.
Yeah.
So Ben, if you could change one thing in this world, we look around the world, very chaos, a lot of things happening. What would be that one thing that you want to see change and to be this world to be a better place? What would you say? What's concerning you?
Reckon the younger generation having to step up. There's a lot that's going on currently, and I feel there's going to be a lot of struggle when we grow up, and it's whether or not we can make it through and make the world a better place.
Yeah.
I reckon we can, but only time will tell.
Do you think that's politically, like it would probably be something
Yeah,
that
it is very politically. However,
like,
due to personal preferences,
Yeah.
I don't really like to, politically wise, I don't like, everyone has their own opinions, so it makes it very awkward to express yours.
Yeah. No worries. Thanks for that. And so the word, the gospel, or the good news, when someone is sharing about something and the gospel comes up, or the good news, what stands out for you? What's sort of one thing that you know about the gospel?
You can always relate it to something going on.
Yeah.
Which personally I really like. Like yesterday, we were all sat down, all having a chat, and Mr. J comes up, and immediately something came to mind related to the gospel, and we all were able to relate to it, which I really like.
Yeah, awesome, mate. So, so the gospel really is Jesus Christ. He came to earth 2,000 years ago, and he claimed to be God. He was divine, fully human, fully God, and he was crucified by the Romans on a cross. He died, they buried him, and 3 days later he rose again by the power of God. Do you think that actually happened? Do you, like, where's your view on that? Do you have the faith to believe that actually happened? Someone actually rose from the dead, and he wasn't a phony, wasn't some guy who made it all up?
My personal faith, personally, I'm a very logical guy, so that side of things I don't quite believe in. However, I do believe that there is a lot of truth behind it. I have, like, when you think about it, there's 40 people over the span of multiple centuries, and they all were able to come together and tell this one collective story. That can't be a coincidence.
Wow.
However, rising from the dead, that's a very interesting topic, which personally, I agree with everything else, but I don't know about that personally.
Are you afraid of dying?
Yes.
Yes.
I have a feeling you wouldn't be a very sane person if you were.
Yeah.
There is always, you might not realize it until it's there, but there is always something that ties you down, whether it be family, friends, sports.
Yeah.
There's a,
What's your view on why do you think people die? And sometimes they die at infancy, sometimes they die at good old age, sometimes there's a massive accident happens, you don't know. Good people die, bad people die. Why do you think that happens? What's your view?
Have a feeling a lot of good people hang around the wrong person. A lot of good people hang around the wrong people. So whether it might be a big accident, it might not be their fault, but it could be their mates who's driving. But yeah, it's don't like it. It's not good that it happens,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's how the world works.
Yeah.
Can't really change that.
Do you have any Christian friends or disciples? And would you know the difference between the word Christian and the word disciple? Do you?
I do have a lot of Christian family.
Yeah. Okay.
They are very religious.
When we really just go to church, or
Go to church.
they give money to the poor, or they go
Go
mission
to church,
trips.
help out. They will.
Yep.
If
Yep.
they're doing like a soup kitchen or something, they will go out and they will participate. They are very, what's the word? Very involved in it, which I like.
Yep.
And you can go over there and it always will, they always believe.
Yeah.
There's always belief behind everything.
Yeah. Do you find serving people, you get a buzz out of it? Like, when you serve someone else less fortunate than yourself, do you think there's like a real like excitement that happens internally in you? Or should
Ooh.
something internally
So,
be exciting
this is-
when you're serving?
This is a very difficult question
Yeah.
for me. If I'm helping someone less fortunate, I do believe that there is like the sense of doing something good.
Yeah.
And you have that good sense of like you're helping out someone. However, as my profession, I'm a chef. So I do
Cool.
serve a lot of people. And I do find enjoyment in watching everyone come out and eat the amazing food that's prepared, and they all sit around and talk, and it's lovely. But it depends on which kind of way. If I'm helping someone less fortunate, I feel a lot deeply moved than if I'm just at work.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. In today's, so we covered, what is a Christian, what's a disciple. We covered what is the gospel. We covered, like, if there's one thing in the world to change, what would it be? So we've kind of, like, I guess, just talked and had discussion over these topics that they are around, and sometimes it's good to talk about them because it almost like, hey, I can be part of a solution instead of part of the problem, be critical and saying, oh, well, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad, and we become average. But if we look internally, deep down inside, we're created with a purpose and a mission, and with vision, so that we could bring change and transformation in society and in our home and in our neighborhood and overseas. Do you think that may have a lot to do and attributes to the Bible? Like, do you think the Bible has relevance in the 21st century to this generation, like your age, for instance? I'm not sure what generation you would be, Generation Z or Generation...
I've lost track of it all.
Yeah,
But,
not sure. But in this generation, like the younger ones especially,
Yeah.
do you think the Bible is relevant? Do you, to you guys, and why, or why not?
The relevance behind the stories and the meanings and purposes of why it all happened, that I feel does have a fair bit of relevance. However, in regards to how the stories are told, they're not as modernized to our certain problems in today's world. So the meanings behind it all, yes. However, the Bible as a whole, there is a lot of good, but there also is a lot that isn't as relatable.
Yep. Last question, and this is really, just something that maybe you've personally have, I guess, come to terms that, there is a place such as heaven and there is a place such as hell. If this was a physical place, would you feel to say that good people go to heaven and bad people go to hell? And why do you believe that? First of all, you have to believe that there is that physical place of heaven.
Yeah.
There's a physical place of hell. Do you see the question?
Yeah, well, but I do have the belief behind it. Like I said, a lot of good people hang out with bad people, but a lot of good people make the wrong decisions for the right reason. So it might be very relationship side of this. If your girlfriend comes out and like, oh, do I look nice today? They might not look the greatest. They still might look pretty, but you sort of have to agree. You can't say, oh no, I think you'd look good in this. That's very mean. So you're lying, but for a good reason. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. So whether good people go to heaven and bad people go to hell, I think it's a very difficult thing to decide what the line between good and bad is.
Well, then it comes to our moral standard,
Yeah.
consciences. So a lot of people have a moral compass.
Yeah.
And what about the two thieves next to Jesus on the cross? One of them, they were both criminals, and one of them turned to Jesus, and actually they both turned to him. One mocked him, and the other one said, Jesus, I believe you are the Son of God. From today, would you let me come into paradise, along the lines?
Yeah.
And Jesus says, from today, you'll be with me in paradise. He didn't do any good, that man.
Yeah.
Was he worthy to make it to paradise? Was he, like, you know, and like, why would you,
Well,
or was it his faith?
I feel like
Because he did bad all his life, and
Yeah.
then he was in prison for a reason, and they crucified him because that's what they did back
Yeah.
then, capital punishment. If they kill someone, you know, a tooth for a tooth, a life for a life.
Yeah.
And that criminal was not there because he was good. Obviously, Jesus claimed to be, that he had no sin in him, but this evil person, you know, was able to be affirmed and assured that Jesus' words said, from today you'll be with me in paradise.
Yeah.
But the other one denied him and rejected him. So what you know what I mean? In the light of the previous question, how come that that man could say, oh, I'm actually going to come to paradise not based on my good works. I was a bad person all my life.
Yeah. I think he accepted that he didn't do good, and I have a feeling like with Jesus, he had the thought that he was truly repenting and he was going to make a difference. So, whereas the dude that was mocking him, he was continuing on that path. He didn't have the faith. Whereas the other dude had the faith and he was willing to prove it and move on from the good action, from the bad ones, into a brighter, better life. Like a lot of people still nowadays, they might go to prison, they might do something, but then they will reflect on that in their time there, and they'll come out and
They'll change.
and they will change and they will do better. Some people don't, some people do. So I have a feeling good person behind him just made the wrong decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time, Ben. I really appreciate, you know, giving your honest answers. And this is not about, you know, trying to think, oh, I'm going to get a perfect answer. Or I just really feel like this is a conversation that's like I guess a relatable conversation where we could just chat.
Yeah.
And I really thank you for your time. And the purpose of these videos, like some other people say, why make these, is basically to get out amongst young people and see their view on life itself, and how do we become more involved in a youth man's life. Because sometimes even me, I'm a bit older than others, but just to be able to ask questions and get answers from feedback from the youth is for me such impacting, because I really feel there's relevance in that. There's trust and friendship built. And so anyway, I'll just say that, but I thank you for your time, and I appreciate it. And my prayer is that, you know, even as we're here racing and stuff, that you know, you'll do your best as well. And by the end of tomorrow morning when we finish, we're like, we did it.
We made it.
We made it
through the night.
Woo!